Goodwill is love in action.
Of
Again,
course.
lucistrust.org. Goodwill is love in action. Uh,
Wow.
see
So
if
this
I
is
can
Goodwill,
find it.
like the stores where you buy like used furniture and shit and drop stuff
Yeah.
off. Are you
Yeah.
are you serious?
Mhm.
God damn. Is this hooked up to the Salvation Army too?
Not that I could find. Not that I could find.
Wow.
Alice Bailey's family was tied to the Salvation Army. She herself was not.
This is fucked up, man. There's a lot of this shit needs to get shut the fuck down.
Imagine a child ask you, "What is it that the UN does?" It's a simple question, and to answer it, you might search the internet for news stories involving the UN. A couple of hours later, you say to the child, "Well, then it comes to important things, things that matter for people everywhere. There isn't much that the UN does not do." Most people are familiar with hearing about the UN's involvement in humanitarian crises, such as the refugee situation in Syria and surrounding countries. All they do is cause problems. Many would also know that the UN is simultaneously involved in the political side of the crisis, trying to bring parties together to end the armed conflict. The UN has resolved exactly no conflicts ever,
No, no.
not one.
In fact, their bureaucracy makes them worse.
Yes, but away from the spotlight of immediate crises, the UN is involved in many other less newsworthy ad situations. Two recent examples are in Kachin State in Burma and the Seleka area in the Central African Republic, where just slaughters, endless slaughters in both of those places.
Yep.
The UN is likewise involved in many other conflicts where there are currently active or a temporary ceasefire. Even less reported is the work of the UN and its agencies in other areas: international tax reform, meteorological cooperation, international air navigation. They have no involvement in that at all. Scientific, educational, and cultural cooperation, and the list goes on.
The meteorological cooperation is probably the spraying they do from the airport.
Yes, that would not surprise me at all. Now, this goes on and on and on. Again, I'm not going to drag you through the mud of this, but the point is that this Lucis Trust very much seems to be running the direction that the UN is going in.
Hang on. And if you think,
Everything I have found shows that this group is running the direction that the UN is going in.
that's creepy, you just wait until AI gets up to like speed,
Mm-hmm.
and this Luciferian Trust is going to use that shit to drive us into the entire planet into slavery.
It's going to try. It's definitely going to try. Whether or not it succeeds is a roll of the dice, because why?
Free will.
We're evil, hairless monkeys.
Yes.
We're very difficult to control.
But here's the thing with America, right?
Speaking of evil, hairless monkeys,
Stand by. All right. When it comes to the United States, this is just my theory here. We have saw that the 10-point list of all the shit they want to do to the entire world. And they're executing that plan against the United States
yes,
with, I would say, with fervor, because we have free thinkers here,
Mhm.
people who are not going to hopefully lay down and take it,
yes,
because we have guns. Guns make you a citizen. Taking away the guns makes you a fucking slave.
Now,
Look
I'd
what's
like to make
happening
an
in England right now and in Germany.
and Australia.
Yeah, they've disarmed everyone.
Now,
And
I
they're
want to make a
literally
point here
pushing this agenda.
with the guns thing, and everybody goes, "Oh, you have guns, but you never do anything." That's because we have a level of discipline. What you've got with American gun owners is not only do we own guns, but probably 7/8 to 9/10 of us actually know what we're fucking doing with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And we can smoke you from 2, 3, 4, 500 yards out.
Or more.
Or more. I mean, it depends. I'm good to about 3. That's about it for
I
me.
can get you at 12.
Yeah. Okay.
if I get up to speed and I get motivated,
Yeah.
I can
It's
put a
ugly
freedom
fast.
speed into a
It's ugly fast.
frisbee-sized target out to about 1,200 meters,
Yeah.
depending upon the wind and stuff like that.
So let's continue with the fun, shall we?
Ah, yes. Oh, it's sustainable.
Sustainable Development Goals, the United Nations, and the Libra full moon.
Ah,
Okay. These motherfuckers, everything I found, it looks like this Lucifer Trust, and that's what they were called in 1922 when they changed their name because people went Lucifer. Well, that's odd. Why are you called that? Oh, we're Lucis. It's okay. Is behind everything the UN is doing. A significant event in the heavens occurred during the period of Sustainable Development Summit at the UN headquarters in New York. The full moon with the sun in Libra was late in the evening of Sunday, the final day of the summit. And it was not just any full moon, popularly called a supermoon. The moon was especially close to the Earth, so it appeared much larger in the night sky than usual. I remember that moon, actually.
it's not actually any closer. It's just the
No.
angle.
Yes. And there was a full lunar eclipse producing a red effect on the moon. There have been only 4 full eclipses since the supermoon since 1900, or during a supermoon since 1900, so this was an unusual astronomical event. It should not surprise us that a significant alignment in the heavens was accompanied by such a significant gathering at the UN. From the ageless wisdom perspective, humanity is in the process of shifting from a culture characterized by Pisces, a culture of separation and devotion to ideal, toward a culture characterized by Aquarius, with keynotes of wholeness and sharing. It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Kill the hippies!
All right. And what they're explaining is called the blood moon.
Yes.
And high-level sacrifices and rituals take place during a blood moon.
Yes.
All right.
That's correct. These things stand out in the Libran perspective: law, balance, and choice. It goes on, and this mysticism stuff just is run rampant through all of this material. Every fucking thing I found.
You know what? I would love for
Is-
President Trump to actually watch this fucking live stream, because this is some creepy ass shit. And in my opinion, this is incredibly dangerous
Yes.
because it's taken us to a very bad place.
Yeah. Yep. Now, here is the list of 10 points again. I want to go over this as we get closer to the end of the show here, because these are important, because these have all taken place. Take God and prayer out of the education system. Change the curriculum to ensure that children are freed from the bondage of Christian culture. Done. Why? Because children going to school to be equipped to face life, they are willing to trust and they are willing to value what is being given to them. If you take God out of education, they will unconsciously form a resolve that God is not necessary to face life. They will focus on the things the school counts them worthy to be passed on, and they will look at an additional one if they can afford the additional. Today, they introduce transcendental meditation in schools, which takes children to altered states of consciousness to meet with demons. Trans what?
Yep.
Trans what?
Yep. There you go. They, them.
Reduce parental authority over children. Break the communication between parent and children so that the parents do not pass on their Christian traditions to their children. Liberate their children from bondage of the parents' tradition. That's an important thing, and that was very deliberately done, and you see that today. When I was a kid, mostly I had friends in the neighborhood, sure, but during the summer and on holidays, I played with my cousins, and we had huge family gatherings. That's gone away.
Yeah.
It simply doesn't exist anymore. You don't see that kind of stuff anymore.
Because they destroyed the family.
Because they destroyed the family. Promote excessive child rights. Today, a child is able to say to the parent, I do not want to hear that. I don't want to do what you're telling me to do. Teachers cannot talk to children. Children step up and say, I have my rights. You can't talk to me like that.
Or I'm in the wrong body.
Well, it goes to number 2, abolish corporal punishment. This has been made law in almost every country. On the other hand, the Bible says, do not withhold correction from a child. If you beat him with a rod, he will not die. You shall beat him with a rod and deliver his soul from hell. I say this all the time. A slapped mouth would have fixed so many of these problems. When we were it was, at least in my family, with my grandparents especially, if you talked out of turn, if you smarted off, you got popped in the mouth. But you only did it once or twice, and then you learned your place in the group.
The pecking
And
order.
you learned what you learned your left and right boundaries. You learned respect. And by the time I was 6, 7, 8 years old, and this is the one they always get wrong, because in the Bible it says, fear the Lord thy God. Well, I feared my grandmothers, but not because I was terrified of them. I feared their disappointment.
Yeah.
I feared them being disappointed in me. I did not want to disappoint them. I didn't want to disappoint them.
Here's another thing: is every time I go see my ma, I thank her for all of the beatings, because I needed them. I was an asshole.
Well, you were an asshole. We were both assholes.
I was a fucking raging asshole. Like, the cops came to my house at least once a week for like 7 years straight.
I managed to not get caught more than once or twice.
Yep.
More than once or twice. What about you, Jimmy? Were you an asshole?
No, I was actually a good kid.
Were you a good kid? That's it. He's off the show.
God damn it. No, but I will say this though: the three worst words that I could ever hear my dad say, or not 3 words, but I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yes.
Yep.
He told me that a couple times, and I'm like, I better stop fucking up.
Worse than any beating. Way worse than any beating. If one of my grandmothers said, "I'm so disappointed in you," that was like, I would rather be beaten by my grandpa with a stick from the switch pile.
Yep.
Than have grandma say, "I'm disappointed." So anyway,
take the beat down.
Take the beat down. Teachers are agents of the implementation. From workshops, teachers tell children, your parent has no right to force you to pray or read the Bible. You yourself, you have a right of your own. You need to discover yourself, self-expression, self-realization. I saw that myself in school. We had teachers like that. We had a couple of teachers like that throughout the years in different schools. I went to 5 different high schools, dude, until I finally dropped out in the middle of my senior year.
Okay.
I don't have a high school diploma. I never have. I have a GED, but I've also got like 3 degrees and made it through a bunch of schools that nobody's ever even heard of.
Yeah, so, that whole GED thing in high school, I don't know.
It just wasn't necessary in the 80s. You could just go get a job when you were 16.
Yeah. Well, when I went to
just go get a job.
I went to community college right out of the Army, and I remember like, at OCC, I'm enrolling, and they're like, I'm like, "Do you want to see my ACT or SAT scores?" They're like, "No."
Yeah.
Do you need anything? Do you have a high school diploma? Because if you don't, you can take get a high school equivalency, and I was just like, all of that hype and all of that stress I went through in high school about getting good grades and getting a scholarship, it was absolutely unnecessary.
Yes.
Absolutely unnecessary.
Solved no problems for me. I have a much better education from my own application of study than I ever got from public school.
Yeah. Well, public school is even worse now.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So anyway, destroy the Judeo-Christian family structure. It's the Christian family structure. The word Judeo-Christian was cribbed up in the 1930s. It doesn't exist. It's Christian family structure or traditional Christian family structure. It is oppressive, and the family is the core of the nation. If you break the family, you break the nation.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Absolute fact. Liberate the people from the confines of this structure. Promote sexual promiscuity. Done. Free young people from the concept of premarital sex. Let them have free sex. Lift it so high that the joy of enjoying it is the highest joy in life. Fantasize that everybody will feel proud to be sexually. We've got TikTokers doing 1,000 guys in a day.
Porn, OnlyFans.
Yeah, all of this stuff. It's
sex
insane.
marathons.
It's crazy. I thought I was getting somewhere making out with Charmaine Diaz in the back of a Cadillac in 1986 after a school dance.
Yeah.
And it was just like some hot and heavy kissing. And I thought I was freaking the man.
Yeah. I'm the man.
Use the advertising industry, TV, magazines, film industry to promote sexual enjoyment as the highest pleasure in humanity. That's all they do.
I'm kind of tired of it, to be honest with you.
Actually, it's exhausting. It's like I said to there was some female TikToker on Twitter the other day, and I just straight up said to her, I said, "Are you proud of yourself that you put yourself on display like meat in a fucking butcher shop window for guys to just paw at? Is that liberating for you?" And of course, she just blocked me.
Of course they do. Of course.
Yeah. But seriously, all you're doing is put yourself in the fucking butcher block window. You're just raw meat on a counter. What guy wants that? What value is that? Well,
they're going to find out.
What value is there?
They're going to find out when they're stuck on box wine and Catland.
Box wine and Catland. 40 to 80 is a long fucking time, baby. It's a long fucking. If sex is free, make abortion legal and make it easy. Build clinics for abortions, health clinics in schools. If people are going to enjoy the joy of sexual relationship, they need to be free of unnecessary fears. In other words, they should not be hampered with unwanted pregnancies. Don't fuck!
That's right.
Or use a condom. These are not difficult choices to make. Make divorce easy. Make divorce easy and legal. Free people from the concept of marriage. Alice Bailey wrote over 65 years ago that love has got a mysterious link called the love bond. It's like an ovum that comes out of the ovary and it travels through your system. It clicks the love favor in you, and there's one other person in the world who can respond to that love bond. When you see that person, everything within you clicks. That is your man or woman. If you miss him or her, you'll never be happy until the love bond cycle's passed for many years. So for you to be happy to get that person at whatever cost, it means getting him or her out of that marriage and getting him or her. That is your man or woman. Wait. What just got repeated over and over again there?
Adultery.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
The magic words that open the Bermuda Triangle known as the vagina. Oh
my God.
But all right. Now, remember when we were talking in past shows that all of the crazy shit that's going on is coming from a higher intelligence.
Found it.
This is it. It is literally coming from a metaphysical source, and it's influencing the entire human race to go somewhere very, very bad.
And it's middle-aged cat ladies.
Yep. They're the herders.
They're the force of fucking darkness. They're the force of fucking darkness. Make homosexuality an alternative lifestyle. Alice Bailey preached over 65 years ago that sexual enjoyment is the highest pleasure in humanity. No one must be denied it, and no one must be restricted how they enjoy themselves. People should be allowed in whatever way they choose they want. Whether it is homosexuality or incest or bestiality, as long as the two agree. Hello.
Furry. Shit in a box. Yeah. This is bad. This is bad.
And this is, if you look this list up, they will tell you that this is a lie. This is a fiction. Somebody made this up. Well, then why is every single element coming true?
Correct.
Like,
and I bet you, if you go back to original writings, you will find this list.
Yeah. No. It's there isn't. She didn't write this list, but it is in her writings. If you read her writings, everything in this list is there.
Okay.
That's the technicality that they play on. Oh, well, she didn't really write the list.
So what you're telling me, the devil actually thrives on technicalities and innuendos and gaslighting? That never fucking happens. No.
Maybe. Use media to promote and change the mindset. Oh, wait. Debase art, make it run mad. How? Promote new forms of art which will corrupt and defile the imagination of people, because art is the language of the spirit, that which inside you can bring out painting, music, drama, etc. Look at the quality of music that is coming out in the films of Hollywood and the paintings of today. It's garbage. It's all garbage.
I can't even stand watching the new movies that come out.
No, they're garbage. I just watch old movies anymore. I watch them over again. I don't care. Use media to promote and change the mindset. I don't even need to read that. We know that that's done. From everything from the news, the evening news, to advertisements where every couple is mixed.
Yes, I challenge
Oh,
you to
yeah.
find a commercial that has a white father, a white mother, and white children in it that don't exist now.
I can meet that challenge. The new Army commercials because they need
All right.
recruits.
You got me beat there. Okay. I haven't seen those.
Somebody noticed that the other day. They're like, "Oh, the Army commercials are all full of white boys. We're going to war."
That's another thing too, is that's a whole other show we can get into, is,
Yeah.
why should men fight, or why they should not fight
Yep.
for this country.
Yep. Create an interfaith movement. Promote other faiths to be on par with Christianity. Break this thing about Christianity as being the only way to heaven, but Christianity will be pulled down and other faiths promoted. You know what? I really don't care what your faith is, but the fact of the matter is this country was in fact built on Christianity. It was.
Yes.
It's in all of our writings. Now, if you want to live in our culture and then quietly observe your own faith, I'm fine.
Yeah. We give a shit.
I don't care.
As long as you don't get crazy with it.
Don't pretend that this country was not built on Christianity. It was. It just was.
Yep. Don't Dearborn the United States of America.
That's right. Don't Dearborn our Hamtramck. Wait, that's already been done. Get governments to make all these laws and get the church to endorse these changes. In many cases, this has already been done.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.